Okay, guys. So, oh, okay. Well, we just started. Yeah, we just started. All right. Okay. Firstly, uh, welcome to this live stream section. Well, in for another live stream section today. Okay. Maybe okay, I don't know. Welcome once more, and everybody that you I really appreciate the fact that you join. I really appreciate the fact that you're people that are planning to join. I appreciate the fact. If you're joining already, I still appreciate the fact. So anything that you're doing now, I'm really appreciating the fact. So that's for that, and thanks for joining news as I said. Oh, okay, we're in for another live stream section. This afternoon already was streaming a bit late, but it's all right. So if we're proceeding, if we get to what we have today. Okay, firstly, may I just quickly introduce myself. Most of you know me already. This is UFGRAPHICS, and you're in for another section stream, and it's more like we're covering the big topic, our big master that's it live after school. Then under that, we're making a lot of sections, a lot of streams that triggers to that's really related to it, that is pointing towards it, and that is as so it's just more like step by step, and it's just more like what's it called goals that actually is going to head us to life after school, because that's what the big master is. Do you get so? And after saying that, so we're making a lot of sections already, streams, and maybe this is your first time of joining us. You get to check our other stream sections, very very powerful stream sections. All right, so sorry guys, so that's for that. And as I said, we're in for another section stream. Thanks for joining, and more like getting to what we have today mainly. And maybe if you're just joining, maybe just consider giving it a thumbs up. And few people are still joining, but regardless, we're starting anyway. So that's for that. I've introduced myself, and oh, the essence of our streams, I think I've said that it's just more like to see our young adults, young youths, graduated undergraduate students, all of them succeeding, because there is this saying that life after school is very is very very tough or whatever, and we don't want it, or let's just say it's something that is affecting already, and we don't want it to continue. We were like pointing out the foundations of this source, the foundations that triggers all this saying, the foundation that is causing all of this, looking our adults looking as if school is really a scam. So we're more like pointing the several causes. Have you seen it? So then revealing it to our untouched graduate, people that have not affected already, for them to see it, more like to open their eyes more, not to put fear, but for to make them see reality, to make them know and get to just more like passing knowledge to them what outside life really means, because most of them that is in school feels that it's just a relaxation stage. Moreover, it's more like a training ground where you actually need to get something done, where you actually need to start off something, so that outside life is not gonna be difficult. So this is just more like essence of our streams, and we're making a lot of topics that is guiding that, and that is pointing at life after school, preparing students for that. Okay, thanks for joining. I really got the fact that you joined. All right, so thanks for joining anyway. I really got everybody joining. Thanks for joining. So we're proceeding, we're saying more like our objective. We want to see our young adults, more, our young youths succeeding in life, being successful, and we want to, if not to stop totally that saying that squeeze is a scam, because squeeze naturally is a scam. What made it looks, or why people see it as a scam, is because our graduated students are not, so what's it called, succeeding. Most of them are still being underpaid. Most of them are still looking frustrated. Now it sounds somehow the occurrence, when they see, they will be like, is this really, is if this school of it is not really a scam, these people wouldn't have been in this have you seen? So this, and most of the times what really caused it is most of them were not taught, most of them were not guided. Just like school, you'll be guided, you'll be taught how exam comes, timetable, preparations, but most of these life lessons, life skill, nobody taught them. I've seen. So it's just like when you're not informed on something, you're probably going to be disowned. So most of them, let's say, they were disformed what life really means outside school. So that's why they made some mistakes. That's why they failed. Most of them failed. Have you seen? So, but more like getting to or people that are still untouched. I call it untouched because they are not outside. More like undergraduate students. That's what I'm referring to. You need to get this knowledge because it's them. I don't understand. I don't understand the last word. What you? I don't know. I don't get the last word there. Hmm. But let me just proceed. I was saying something more like our objective, what we prioritize most. We love to see our students after, like more like guiding them all through this path so that they're not going to look like, oh, okay, okay, I get it now. I'm talking about life after school. Do you get? It's just more like to guide undergraduate students, young adults, even graduated students, even NYC students. If you're not married, like if you're under studentship, let me just put it out. If you're just a student, our sessions has it too of helping you. Just more like to teach them what life really means outside school because most of them are reluctant, most of them are not even seeing it. Most of them even feel that university time or years is a stage to feel relaxed or even to, I don't know, it's not a relaxation seat. That's just what you're trying to bring to our student because it's more like a training ground where you actually need to get something started. So that's what we're emphasizing on. So I think I've answered your question. That's matter of life after school, and we're more like referring to young adults. So that's for that. So that's just more like our objective, what we prioritize most, what we love to see. Okay, so regardless, that's for that. If we're heading to what we have today, mainly before now, as I said, we'll be doing a lot of sessions, and maybe for the sake of people that just joined, this UF graphics and I just said that theory, not theory, sorry, objective, what was set for. Do you get? So what we were like trying to achieve. So that's for that. And if we're heading to what we really have today, mainly we said, okay, that's I think it's in our thumbnail. But before that, maybe we streamed yesterday, so we're streaming daily here on YouTube. Maybe for the sake of people that did not join yesterday, maybe we should just introduce the topic because we treated something yesterday. Then maybe we'll introduce the topic, say a few things, then we'll get to what's have today. Okay, if we're to do that quickly, if we're to do that quickly, okay, just like yesterday session stream, or more. Yesterday session still was powerful. It was something else. Okay, the brutal truth about graduation. That was yesterday's stream. And on that note, my God, people were like Azal now. Like it was. I don't just know. Like it sounds strange or something that is normal, but actually is important. The what's it called? He said the brutal truth about graduation. Now, what we're trying to explain or what we're trying to communicate to students on that note is the essence of graduation is not just the stopping point because most of them feel that graduation is all and all. Like once you have graduated, everything is settled in. Like everything is going to fit itself. Everything is going to align. So on that session, that was just a previous session before this. So we're like trying to open their eyes, bro. Wake up. Graduation is not the end. It's just more like school pushing you into a different phase of life, telling the world, come, this boy is ready to face you. I've seen so this is just more like you, just like graduation sent forth. So you're being sent to another forth. I've seen so this is just more like stage. Do you get? So the same way or you graduated from primary secondary to university, so that's the way you're graduating to the world. I think the tertiary is the highest. Now is that graduation process is introducing you to a different phase of life where there's no rules, where there's no regulation, where there is no timetable to remind you of things to do, where nobody is going to caution you because you're more like adults, you're more like an independent person. So that stage of one's life it really needs very it's always curious, like it's always serious. Let me put serious because this more like life and life is not smiling. So this is a place that our young adults usually get it wrong because most of them when they are not prepared, when nobody told them what to experience, what to face, what they are going to see, they're just going to face life unprepared. They're just going to get into life and get out from life. I don't just know, but that is not always it's not always funny them. It's not always funny to them or because when okay now let me just give you examples. Let me just paint a picture so that you get what I'm saying. Just like someone that graduated or maybe no skill, nothing, he or she just graduated, no life, like he or she is just like that. Maybe all these people that dependent on maybe during your schooling you were sponsored, you were funded, all of those things, you were enjoying allowance and all of those things. Now when you get out, shock, it will shock you. That's what the graduation shock. Now all those things are going to stop. Those allowances are stopping. Most of them will be reused, if not stopping totally. And then you realize that oh, you're left with nothing. You're more like an independent person. You're more like taking care of your bills. You're more like to get and resolve things by yourself. You're more like to make your decisions. If you feel you get it, if you if you win, you get it. So it's just more like everything is left on you. You have to carry your cross. Have you seen? So at that stage, when you start realizing that at first is a big shock, and when you are not strong, when you're not even prepared, when you're not ready for it, it gets to a point you're going to slack. So that's just reason why we're making this session, just for students to start seeing all these, or what's the loopholes, and make possible adjustments to in order not to be a victim already, because a lot of students are victims already. Now this is just where you see some people that graduate with first class, they'll be like, I graduated with good grade, but they are still struggling. Most of them are underpaid. Most of them are still there, just looking frustrated. Now, this is why we're making this change. We don't want our young adults to still be that victim or whatever. Like, we don't want them to still fall under that trap, because it pains, it really pains when you spend years, resources, time, and money, and you're going to be looking for stock, looking frustrated. It triggers that saying that school is a scam even more, because people, I don't know, but that just is. So that's just what we're trying to avoid. And we really elaborated a lot on the brutal truth about graduation. So we're like, exposing students, open your eyes. Graduation is not the bus stop, is the starting point. You're meeting another life, and this life no timetable, nobody to tell you prepare, wake up, work hard. No, you're just left with yourself the way you are. So if you're strong, you win. If you're lose, you feel. Have you seen it? So it's very, very crucial at that stage, and you get to prepare it when you're still in school. So that's why we're more like telling them, you get to do it now, you get to start up small business, you get to learn skill, because maybe that's what they call plan B in this tutorial. Now plan B we were trying to refer is when you have a second option, when you have a second plan. Maybe if your certificate fails, maybe if you want an opportunity to be employed, because the truth is that government is not going to employ everybody. So if you're this student that was not able, or you were not favored to be employed, actually maybe you just start up with your skill, or you just start up a business that you happen to gain, or even university give you more room to establish stuff, because this a place you get to see people, this a place or you get to meet people of your gender and age. Do you get? So it's more like a training ground, as I said earlier, and you can actually develop something, you can build up an empire there. So this is just the emphasis, and they should just start acting upon it. So enough of that. And if it's interesting you already, maybe we just check on the section, just a previous session before this. So we're getting to what we have today. All I've been saying here is yesterday's session. I was just reading more like, maybe for the sake of people that did not join. So that's for that. And if we were to emphasize on what we really have today, okay, guys. So if we're to emphasize on what we really have today, okay. Today's section stream is many students are preparing for jobs that may not exist. Very painful. This is painful. Oh my god. This is painful. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, just feel something. Alright, let's proceed. I said today's section stream, because well we said a lot on yesterday's session. So if it's interesting you, maybe you just check it. Let's get to what we have today. Now if we're moving to today's section stream, we said, I think it's already in our thumbnail. Many students are preparing for jobs that may not exist, but this is just facts. It sounds strange, but that's just it. Most of them are preparing for jobs. Yeah. Hi. Yes, I'm seeing you. Greetings. Thanks for joining this section. Not taking for granted. Okay, so just follow us along. Go on a section or on a trip on the virtual lab after school. We're still elaborating on it, and we're still making. We're trying to communicate sense. Okay, it's fine. Thanks for much. Thanks. I really appreciate the fact you joined. You're not taking for granted. Okay, so we should proceed anyway. So if we're more like proceeding, we'll get. We said many students are preparing for jobs that may not exist. So it's more like our thumbnail is today's section, and we're like to break it down to uproot it, to review it, and to really make students understand what we're trying to communicate by that. So okay, in few minutes, or let me not say in few minutes, but that's just what we're breaking down. So we're more like getting it step by step. Okay, this is just more like many students are preparing for jobs that may not exist. Now at first, What are the jobs that may not exist? Mind you, everything is changing. Let's start from there. Economy, country, everything is more getting like everything is really changing. Everything is moving digitalized. Everything is getting digitalized. Now, we were saying this sense that many students are preparing for work that may not exist. What are we just trying to bring? Okay, what we're trying to communicate there is that many work. Okay, now let's start from school. Mind you, he said that school is not really helping matters. Now I'll explain. What I mean by school is not really helping matters is that most of them, I said most, I did not say all, I said most. Okay, most of them are still using outdated system. Most of them are still using outdated model. Now what I mean by outdated model, this is just like school system. Most of the system that are currently used, most of the school system is more like outdated. What I mean is most of them are still using established I don't know, school rules or structure that have existed over 20, 30 years ago. Moreover, economy, everything is changing rapidly, and the school system is not actually changing together with that through that rate. Now let me still bring it down. It's just more like in our current economy and everything, like the world is moving to digitalize, that are being done by human being are now replaced by most of them is machines. Most of them is automated stuff, and all this artificial stuff. So most of the work, okay, like let's say most of the career that we're still choosing, most of them is shrinking. Like most of them is not going to be existing in few days. Most of them is already dead. Moreover, people are still being trained on that area. Then what was the plan for tomorrow? They are going to be stuck. Now, this is why we said some students are still what's it called? Some students are still preparing for jobs that may not exist. Now, most of them are going to be shocked when they're asked in future, and what they studied is nowhere to be found. Like they are even standing anyway to get work. Have you seen this? So this is just more like before you choose a particular career, you should make some research. Know actual or the value if it's shrinking or if it's or growing. Do you get? So it's just more like some works now is being taken over by most artificial intelligence, most automated stuff, most machines. Have you seen? So not like 20, 30 years ago, most work was a kind of was done or like by human beings. You get, or human beings has to perform some works. Unlike now, machines has taken over some work. So this is just more like some students preparing for works that may not exist. So they should just it's just okay. More like the emphasis there is just students should just get to know what their area of or career before you choosing a career before. And he even said that most people are just being compared. So this is why you don't need to compare anybody to get anything to you. Just you can easily suggest, like there's a room for suggestion, but don't compare. Now don't compare. I mean to say, okay, the second we have here is the world of work is changing very fast. Okay, the world of work. Now I don't know. I'll break down. The world of work is changing very fast. Now this is trying to mean or trying to this is more like telling students that what we really think how work really works before is not currently working now. This is just where that old mindset is just like I call it outdated mindset because it's not working now. People still believing in that mindset are being stuck outside like this. That mindset now is people believing what's it called? Go to school, get good grades, get good job, and be successful is outdated. Now, if that's the case, why do we still have graduated people being stuck, underpaid, nowhere to be found? Like they are just frustrated. Now, this is not actually working as well. So it's not all about going to school, not making good grades. It's not all about getting good jobs. Now what's okay? You may ask what is it all about? Okay, what I mean is economy, as I said, everything is changing. So the world is moving like more digitalized and most things is being practicalized. Now, I mentioned something that who is using old or what's it called outdated stuff because most of those outdated stuff can be referred as theoretical aspects. Now, theoretical aspect I mean is just like when people are still taught like theoretically. Moreover, life requires skill. Life is just more like practical aspect. You're going to practicalize what you know. You're going to use it to solve a problem, deliver value. So when you just have it all theoretically and you cannot practicalize it. Like it's not making sense. Do you get? So this is still where you see employers or still asking, what can you solve? What value can you create? Can you adapt? Can you use modern machines? Have you seen it? So this is just like things that is in what's it called? Like I don't know. Let's just say more like trained now. So this is outdated and the school okay. Will I say it's not school fault. I don't know how to put the ball. I'm just trying to relate or like communicate that school is more like using outdated system because okay now it's very very obvious and very very painful that you see most people that study business as a course as the choose business as a career. Most of them cannot even effectively or initiate a business idea or even start up a business. Most of them cannot even communicate. They don't even know what a practical aspect of starting business looks like. People that study that, most of them don't even know how to organize what's like graft out things. Most of them cannot use all these softwares, excels and computer stuff to practice. This is why I said school is not teaching this. It's more like outdated, and they are not helping matters by that because the world is getting digitalized and most things is not theoretical now. Most things life requires practical, so they should just help our youths by teaching them things through practical aspects, a kind of theory and still them practicalizing it because it's really what is required in real life. So it's not just all about having the knowledge because it's just more like praying for exams. You write exams and pass, but real life requires skill. Real life requires practice doing it. Do you get? So that's just the emphasis. So we still have some things more. Okay. If you also say okay, technology is replacing routine works. Now, what we mean by technology is replacing routine work, I think you just know what I'm trying to refer or what I'm trying to communicate through that miss. Technology is replacing routine work. Now, routine work is just some works that human being like maybe what's it called 10, 15, 20 years ago. Maybe some work that was being done by human beings e said here that technology is replacing routine work. Now, routine work is just all those works maybe human beings are doing. Maybe employees like people are employed for the work. Moreover, currently what's it called? Technology is replacing it, or machines are replacing. So that emphasis that skill. Okay, sorry guys. That emphasis that students should always make research. Research is going to help you in sense of to know what is really dying and what is really growing. Now imagine you choosing a career that is already shrinking, like career that is dying, and you happen to spend 4 years in school getting out only discovering that or you don't have any place in the real world, you don't have any place to fit in, that or machines or artificials or automated machines have taken your works, like it has taken over for some years ago. It's not going to sound funny. Do you get it now? So this is all why we advise our young adults to make research before choosing a career to chase after. So that's the emphasis. Okay, we have again university. Sorry, guys. Okay, university focused on degrees, but employers focused on skills. Now, this is just like is the fact. He said that people are not buying what's it called? People are not buying products. They are buying solutions. So this what we're trying to say here. Okay, university focus on degrees, but employers focus on skills. Of course, university is degree oriented. After your studies, during the degree, what's it called? After your studies, just within the period of studying, duration of years or just years, 4, 5, 6 years, you're going to be issued a certificate. So that is school. School, university focus on degrees. That's school. It's more anxious and intentional about degree. So that is how it was structured, how it has been from creation. I don't know, let me just say from creation because it was existing before me. So I obey the creation. Okay, I'm just trying to uh university focus on degrees, but employers, mind you, most people why they are working actually is to get employed in future. That is why I still say that that believe that get good work, sorry, go to school, get to good work, make good grades and get good work, that you're a successful person already. Most of it is not working now, but students should just learn to adapt to current trends. So that's the emphasis. And if I'm still elaborating on the matter that said university focus on degrees, is degree oriented. Employers focus on skill. Now what I mean there is employers are sure people are not buying products, they are buying solution. So if you're relating to us or trying to say, employers, they can only employ you if you have value, if you have something to offer, if you have something to bring, if you have or you have plans for the organizations. Now most times people prepare for what's it called, people prefer for recruitment test and all of that. Most times when you get there, it's going to, all your big certificate is going to be dropped. You're going to be recruited from, most times it's mentally, how you can reason, how you can able, like how you are able to figure out things, how you can handle pressures and handle issues, how you can relate to their clients. So this is also more like technical aspect or even psychological, I don't just know. So it's beyond just having a bit certificate. So it's not just wise for students to rely totally on their certificates, because that's not all, it's not the ultimate, because it gets to a point that you have to drop that certificate. What is, like, what defends you, or what is going to speak is your innate abilities, what you have innate, like what you can give. Do you get, like, the value you can create, the kind of problem you can solve, the how you can critically think. So this is just, it gets to a point, all these things are what is going to speak for you. So this a place it reach, most people will be like, keep your certificates, what can you bring, what, how can you develop this organization, what value can you create. So those kind of question, it doesn't require you show your first class degree or first class grade. It requires your mentors, it requires your innate abilities, it requires what your, like what you have absorbed during your years in school, or the kind of skills what you really have. So this is the emphasis. Don't just have big certificate, because you're going to be stuck, and that's just what we don't want for our Nigerian students. So that's just the emphasis. Okay, still moving down, we have again the future will reward the future will reward adaptability. I mean, sorry, the future will reward adaptability. So adaptability is just like people that can adapt to changes. Fluctuated, let me not say fluctuated human beings, people that can really change. Now changing, I mean, is follow the trend, people that can best to know what is trending and fix themselves. So that's what we were trying to say. The future will reward adaptability. Now adaptability, you're going to learn skills, or you're going to learn digital aspects of everything. Like you're just going to be competent. The emphasis there is just being competent in many things, like being conversant with many things, not just only certificates. So that's just the emphasis. And we said future, now it gets to a point, or let's just say once, or if the future is changing, if natural and economy is changing, you are also going to be changing alongside with it. So that's just the adaptability there. And we're still saying some things, we're still, okay, we still have some stuff here to cover, which is okay. But students who developed, okay, now this I said, okay, sorry guys, I said something like the future will reward adaptability. So adaptability is just being able to adapt, being able to change, like being able to, do you get, follow the trends, get to do what is really trending, and do you get, so that's it. But students who learns or who develop skill, now skill has a lot of key that, if we're referring to skill, it's not just I want just do, but it has branches. Now skill, we have digital skill. Now digital skill has to do with all this freelancing, video editing, graphic design, and most of these skills are really requisite, important in so many organizations, that if you have it, it gives you an extra advantage. You're going to be advantageous, like you're just going to be opportune, and it gives you more room. Do you get, so all these skills, most of it is really relevant and important in most organizations, that you cannot just go away without having. So that is the digital skills. Now we have digital skills, communication abilities, problem solving, creativity. This is requisites that you absorb or you get as well. Is a life skill. School is not teaching this, that's why it's called life skill. You really need it in real life to navigate. So you really need it in real life to actually get out of no, let's say problem. So this is just more like that, and it's very very precise. Digital skill, as I mentioned, communication skill, Now, even when you're the wisest person, if you cannot communicate, you're dumb. So this is more like communication skill. Actually, it's a skill, a life skill at that. So you really need communication skill to actually communicate. Even in your workplace, you're also going to communicate with colleagues. So it's not just an inbuilt, like, sorry, it's not just an inherited stuff. It's a skill that you really need to develop. So it's more like a process skill that you're going to develop. Do you get? So that is communication skills, the ability to communicate effectively and efficiently through people, like to people, and receiving a feedback, which is a sign of an effective communication. So that's that. Now many students are waiting for tradition job. At first when I saw this, I was like, is all this tradition job for this? We still break it down, but most people hearing it is going to look like that. Now what we're saying here, most graduate, let me put graduate because we're more like friends to graduated students, because that's when it they comes in matter of job or work. So we said many students are waiting for traditional job. Now traditional job you mean just more like that mindset, government job or office job. That is what they are believing, and most times it doesn't work out that way. Things is change, you just get to learn skill, just get to adapt, you just learn to get yourself competent, you just learn to get yourself developed. So if we're still talking about that, we said that not just okay are waiting for traditional job. This is the mindset error. It's very very wrong. You shouldn't just focus government, or government is not going to employ everybody. Now if we have, okay, in a field, or less in a section, or in a year where we have something like 10,000 graduates, maybe we only have 500 work vacancies be what, then how are you going to fit in? Now what even guarantees, or let's say what gives people the access of being chosen is the extra qualification. Now imagine when they have first class, maybe in a section or in a place that they have what's it called 10,000 first class graduates. Now you're to recruit and you're to choose out the best people. Mind you, your all of them has the same qualification. How are you going to distinguish them, or how are you going to separate? How are you going to prefer one than other? Now what how they actually do that is they are going to check extra qualification. This is where you see problem solving ability or skill. So all those people that has those things choosing because there is extra skill. So it's just not beyond, it's just beyond certificate. So that is why it's even necessary, because it gives you more room in area of getting job. Now imagine when a lot of what's it called first class graduates, you have a lot of first class graduates and work is to be choosing or to be given. So extra qualification is what guarantees you, is what gives you an opportunity. It's what creates an extra opportunity for you. So that's for that. And okay. Another challenge is the mindset, which is how you think, how you handle things, how you think, how you see things. It really affects your being. It really affects how you behave. It really affects who you even become. So that is it. The matter of mindset. So what we have here is, however, the modern economy is expanding into new areas such as economy is expanding, AI is taking over, artificial intelligence, I think, yeah, automated, a lot of machines, a lot of bots, a lot of customer service online, a lot of platforms in learning, like to learn stuff. So a lot of things is taking over humans' work, a lot of things is taking over, or what's it called, and all these machines, companies are even prioritizing it more because it's more effective and efficient. Most of them perform accurately well than a human being. So you should just learn to develop yourself, because if not, there is no place for big certificate holders. So that's why we said, oh, the expanding, sorry, however, the modern economy, because the world is an economy stuff, is expanding into new areas such as, oh, everything is digitalizing. So that's what our emphasis, and that is what I was trying to point at. Now we have the biggest risk is not preparing for change. Now the biggest risk is not just preparing for change. The biggest risk is preparing for change and not expecting it. Now you're going to prepare. Just like when you're expecting something, when it comes, you're not just going to be surprised. You're not just going to be, it's not going to be a kind of shock. So you're just going to be aware because this is something that you've been preparing, you've been waiting for. So you ought to prepare for change as well. Wait for it. You ought to prepare for change and expect it. Now being expectant, like it's great. I don't know, like is that readiness that I was talking about, because when it comes you're just going to easily adapt. When it comes, if you prepare for change and expect it, you can easily adapt, you can easily get into it, and it's not going to affect you in any way. So that's for that. Now we have some examples here, some notable examples. Now, one of the examples we have here is the graduates. Okay, the graduates waiting for one job. Now, this is just more like traditional job seekers. We call it traditional because it's just more like something that has been what they are always expecting. Now, what we mean by traditional job seekers, that's first example here, or the graduation waiting for one job. Now, these just people that are prioritizing one job, people that just focus on their mindset on government job, office work, society work. Now it's more like you're limiting yourself, you're limiting your words, you're just limiting yourself, you're banding yourself. So that is just more like that mindset. So okay, now even if it was to advise students on this, now if it was to advise students on what's it called, the graduate waiting for one job, if it was to advise students on that, this is just like expand your thinking, because if you have this kind of mindset, you're limiting yourself, you're just there, you just wasted your years, time and resources just for one job. It's not making sense. So it's more like a bondage. It's just more like keeping yourself, restricting yourself, like constraining yourself from opportunities, from getting to, I don't just know. So you just get to expand. So that is emphasis. The students who learn additional skill, and he or she is going to be advantage. This is just like when, okay, just imagine a department where two graduates graduated maybe during the school or during the school days. One happened to learn skill, moreover one prioritized grades and made first class without lack zero, lack no skill. He or she is skill. Now in real, okay, let's say the other one made first class, second class, or even normal grades. Now in real life, who has opportunity more? Obviously is the second students, or the what's it called, B students, the one that has skills and gets to learn things while still in school. So this is why it cannot be emphasized, the matter of skill. So we still have another example, industries that changed. Now this is just more like many industries are really changing, and a lot is changing, a lot is causing a lot to change. Things are changing, organizations are changing, market is changing, human beings are changing, the earth and the world, everything is just changing. So you're just to grow, and it's just more like when you stop growing, you're actually diminishing. When you stop growing in a particular thing, you're dying in that particular thing. When you stop learning, you start dying. When you stop or what's it called, equipping yourself, or let's just say when you stop learning a particular something, you get to diminish on it. So this is economy is changing, so you got to always grow. And it's just more like people that win is people that keeps growing, people that keeps adapting, not just only certificate holders, not just people that got first class, that made first class, but people that can adapt to the changes that is currently coming, people that see the future, and people that make research, people that see what other people are not seeing, people that are seeing opportunities ahead, and they are going to make possible plans to actually fit themselves in it. So this is just more like what really was really required and what. So not only certificate holders and not only first class graduate. So this is just it, and that's our emphasis on today's section stream. I think we've exhausted our session stream for today. So guys, so I think we've exhausted our session stream for today. So if you've watched so far, consider giving us a thumbs up. And if you've also subscribed to our channel, do that, and maybe just follow us in other social media handle, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, UFGRAPHICS, and we'll get to grow together. Thanks for joining. Not in any way taking for granted. We really get the fact that you joined in today's session stream, and you get to join us tomorrow from 1 p.m. downwards. Alright guys, so thanks for really joining today's session. It's not taken for granted. UF regards that very much. Alright guys, so at this point in time we're going to be going offline. Thanks for joining. Girls to start asking upon our session so that you're not going to be left out. And as well, you can share our links, our videos, refers to your friends, people that you really need, or people that you want them to also partake, and people that you feel that they really need this knowledge. So as they are going to learn, and everybody will gonna grow together. So thanks very much, guys, and thanks for joining. So bye. We'll see you tomorrow stream section, and we will get to in all right, guys. At this point in time, we're going to be going offline. Oh, it's not taken for granted, not in any way. All right, guys. So all right. So thanks for joining the section stream, and gets to start acting upon everything that was see. And okay, maybe we'll see you tomorrow. And it's not taken for granted. Being serious, it's not taken for granted. We really got the fact that you joined, and everybody that have joined so far. Yeah. I'm greeting you. I greet you. Good afternoon. How are you? How are you doing? Hope you enjoyed the section. Okay. All right. So we're more like getting off. As I said, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please do that, and uh maybe join us as well tomorrow. We stream here every afternoon from 1 p.m. till down. All right, so thanks for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow. I'm giving you a thumbs up. I really got the fact, everybody, I really got the fact you joined. So thanks for joining. In today's section stream, we're going offline. I don't know, my our stream don't want to cut. I don't know, they want me to stay cut. Oh Jesus, my stream, I don't know what's wrong. My God. I don't really know. I don't know. Okay. Let me advise you just know, like just keep searching. Maybe you get one. It's not bad to. I don't just know, but it's not bad to what is it called? Express yourself. Do you get so? Maybe you just keep uh checking and searching, then you actually get. I'm not praying for you, I'm praying for you, you're gonna get. You get so. Oh, hope is an advice. I don't know. Hope is an advice. Hope is not too harsh. Okay. Okay. As well, you guys can ask questions. God, I'm just. I saw reply. Jesus, I'm really sweating. Well, we exhausted the session stream, so we're more like preparing to go offline. And if you have questions, you can ask us. Uh, if you have topics for us, you can also make section stream on it, and you guys get to learn as well. All right, so that's that. Thanks for joining section stream. You have regards that. Maybe you just try following us in any of our social media handles: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. UF Graphics, and guys to talk. All right, so thanks guys for joining, and I appreciate the facts. It's not taken for granted. Okay. Okay. We don't have questions. Like there's no question. There's no question. Nobody has question. Nobody has question. Nobody has question. So I think I should just go offline. All right, guys. Thanks for joining.